Let's talk about the Ohio State Buckeyes. Moved into the 4th spot in the college football playoff, which still has plenty of time to shake out. A lot of games challenging them. When you look at Ohio State, what do you see? What are some keys? And what do you see moving forward?
Yeah, we're really going to find out a lot more about them because their end of the season here, Purdue, who they play on Saturday, I think is 19th in the poll. Then you get Michigan State and Michigan. They're both top 10 teams. And then if they beat all those teams and get to the Big Ten championship game, you're looking at a Wisconsin team that I think is 20th right now. They don't have a win over a team that's ranked in the playoff rankings right now. So this is like the best teams they're going to face. And they're going to face some NFL guys. Purdue has George Karlaftis, who's going to be a first-round defensive end. David Bell, who is at the very least an all-Big Ten caliber receiver, probably more. Michigan State has a running back in Kenneth Walker III, who's a Heisman candidate. Michigan has a defensive end in Aiden Hutchinson, who is going to be a first-round defensive end. They don't always get that. Like Ohio State often it's like, oh, Ohio State has NFL guys. Who are the NFL guys on the other side? It's like, I don't know. There are some guys lined up here. So especially on the defensive side of the ball, I think there's more to find out about Ohio State. And offensively, the offensive line was awesome through the start of the year. And the last 2 weeks has been a little rougher. And C.J. Stroud, the young quarterback, has really come a long way. But then, threw for 400 last week against Nebraska, but also had some issues. So they're good. They're good. They might be the second most talented team in the country, might have the second highest upside, but we're going to know a lot more about them a month from now than we know now. And they could lose. They could lose one of these next 3. That's on the table because the Big Ten is actually pretty good this year.
Do you feel pretty good about the way Stroud has developed? That's a guy that hadn't taken a meaningful snap, if you will, in a college game and looks to be pretty good.
No, he gets a lot of credit for the reset in the middle of the year, not playing in the Akron game, resting his shoulder. I think was also a mental reset for him. And so for a young guy, he's you can see the growth, very poised, very calm, very in control. A lot of discussion with Ryan Day, the head coach, this week about should he run a little more? Ohio State in the past had used the quarterback in the run game. That's not really what Ryan Day does, but could C.J. Stroud scramble a little more? There's some opportunities there. They had some trouble in the red zone the last couple weeks. Trevion Henderson, their star freshman running back, didn't really get going last week. So you're trying to figure out, they have so much talent, what can maybe open some things up a little bit. So I'm curious to see if C.J. Stroud runs a little bit more on scrambles, maybe keeps it a couple times in the run game. On Saturday, it feels like maybe we're leaning that way, but he really has been in control and calm and poised the last month or so, and he's putting up huge stats. So, he's got some good defenses ahead. Purdue tomorrow, a little less so, but Michigan State, Michigan, and especially Wisconsin, if they get to the Big Ten championship game, are really going to test him. But you have to appreciate how far he's come this season.